All right, you might remember or might have noticed as well that I have reduced my social media intake, meaning Instagram, YouTube, YouTube comment section, to which I will get in just a second, and what else is there in social media? Yeah, but those are the main ones that Reddit I also sometimes scroll through. And reducing all of that social media intake has definitely changed something in terms of I would say brain activity would be a little bit too scientific, but my mind and my overall mood has definitely improved. And I kind of wanted to give you like a rundown of what I've done, why I did it, and also kind of acknowledge some of you as well, because let's say maybe if I call it a little bit over dramatically, I've thrown some of you under the bus, and I really want to apologize for that, because I really appreciate all of the people who are viewing, but more importantly, who are also commenting on my channel. And I would really like to kind of point out two people, which are William and Gary. You two are always commenting, and I really want to acknowledge that, because I did not reply back as much as I used to. But I really want to tell you that I read all of your comments, and I really appreciate that you always kind of contribute to the conversation, but you also call me out in a very respectful way, or not call me out, but you also say something along the line, okay, maybe I don't agree, but I would do it this way. And I really appreciate and I'm thankful for the way not only that you kind of comment on my channels, but also are very respectful and supportive, even if you maybe don't agree with what I have to say sometimes. And I think that is really the important part, and where I kind of want to talk about what kind of sparked the shift in my mindset about social media. Obviously, the very first thing is, dare I say, and I already know someone commenting, and I'm getting to that in just a second, doom scrolling on Instagram. And it's with the amount, and I also acknowledge one of the commentators saying the way I should describe it, AI content and stuff like that, making it a little bit, it seems a little bit even more wasteful to consume social media on Instagram than it used to be, for me at least. Again, and I will get to that in a second, for me. This is my personal opinion, and you are all. And that is also important, and something that people really don't understand for some reason. I respect your opinion. I respect all of your opinions. But why is it so difficult to respect my opinion or my approach? We are all here in this world to live together. I think it is so stupid that we all are fighting about different opinion instead of just listening to each other and then agreeing to disagree peacefully and just saying, okay, that's your opinion. Okay, I listen to it. I hear you. I understand where you're coming from. I don't agree, but we can live together. And I think that has been lost so much lately. And this brings me to my comment section. On my comment section, there have been lately a few, especially here on the second channel, a few comments where I was really confused by the attack vector and the very disrespectful way some people have been commenting on this second channel, but also on some of my main channels. And again, I appreciate and I respect everyone's opinion. I work in an industry where it is important to have thick skin. I'm a freelancer. I work with people who are very, or not always, but sometimes there are people that are very full of themselves, and where you kind of have to grow some thick skin, and where you have to kind of take do a step back and say like, okay, I don't agree with you, but we can do it that way. I'm totally okay with that. What I'm not okay with is when people are attacking someone else, either coming from a very uninformed perspective, meaning if I present an argument back, they don't come back with an argument to kind of support their attack. And I really intentionally call it attack because the way they phrase it, and then also not presenting arguments for their attack, gives me, yeah, I consider it an attack. If you criticize me and have the proper arguments, fair enough, then I don't consider it an attack. It is constructive and fair criticism. But if it's just like, oh, this is stupid, but you don't explain yourself why you think that, I really am confused why people do that. Next thing is, and that is something that happened twice, once on my main channel and once on this channel, is when people clearly and also admittedly don't watch the video fully or at all, just purely based on the title or on a word that they find offensive for a reason I don't really even understand. And then they don't really put an argument to it why they kind of just based on a title attack me. I don't get it. And or people on my main channel who watch only parts of the review and then attack me for it and say something like, oh, that's so stupid, you use it wrong, or that has never happened to me. Totally ignoring what I've been saying in the beginning, something along the line, hey, I'm going to nitpick here, I'm going to point stuff out that maybe don't apply to your use case, but might apply to someone else. I want to kind of highlight the negatives so everyone can kind of evaluate if that is something that applies to them. Yet they come into the video, skip around, and then they say like, oh, you're stupid because that never happened to me. Oh, I do this way, or I don't, for example, I don't put a big camera in that bag, so it's stupid. Or I don't put a water bottle in that slot, so if I run, it doesn't fall out. Stuff like that, you know? Where I'm saying, okay, fair enough. If it doesn't happen to you, that's okay. But it doesn't mean that it physically could happen. And this is something that I really... It discourages the wrong word. It is exhausting. It is really exhausting because I totally get what they're saying. So I get if something doesn't happen to you, that is totally okay. If that doesn't apply to you, that is totally understandable. And that is good for that person. But why are you going out of your way to phrase it in a really disrespectful way? In a way where you kind of are saying, oh, you're stupid because this didn't happen to me, so you must be stupid. Why did you make that video? Or people saying, oh, you're the way you are making the video, I really dislike it. And then you go to their channel and or the way you use your camera, you're using it wrong. And then you go to their channel and you think like, oh, A, you don't make videos yourself. B, based on that one or two videos that you post on your channel, I acknowledge that it's private videos, but you push them out publicly. I took a look. You made basically the same mistakes, or you did the things that you are criticizing me for. So what's your point? What gives you the right to attack other people? And that is something that is really frustrating to me, and where I kind of gotten to a point where I taking a little bit of a pause, or putting it in terms of Star Trek Next Generation that I just started to rewatch. I'm putting away energy from the warp drive, from the shields, and putting them on life support, so I can just live on my own and just not kind of look or explore what's out there, meaning the comment section. I'm just going to put my energy into my life support system. And it is something that is really exhausting to kind of read those comments, and why I kind of took a step back from the comment section by deleting the YouTube Studio app, which also means I sometimes, I read all of them because I still get the YouTube notification for all of the comments that you can give to me or send to me. I read them, but for some reason in the YouTube app, it's not as comfortable to reply back as, for at least from my personal opinion. It's a little bit easier to use the YouTube Studio app, or on the computer, obviously, the dashboard. So that is why I read all of your comments and I really appreciate them, but also it's the reason why I don't reply as much as I have been doing, because those comments have been sprinkled in lately a lot. And to be fair or objective, I mean, the risk, or the chances of me getting more of these kinds of comments. I mean, I put out videos every day now. On my main channel, I try to upload a video every week, but on this channel every day. So the likeliness of, or the chances of someone commenting on my videos is obviously higher. Then obviously I also acknowledge that my videos have changed quite a lot. I am not doing the reviews that are only 8 to 12 minutes long. I give myself the freedom to ramble a little bit, and that is why I totally understand that some people might jump around in the video. But again, I think it's all about the way you communicate. If you watch something, even if you don't watch it completely, and you see something that is different than your opinion, different than your experience, why do you need to feel so attacked or so offended, especially if it's product review? If it's product review, why are you getting so offended? You get so offended and so defensive that you go out of your way to comment in a very rude way. Imagine me coming to your living room and not seeing how much time you put into your dinner, into cooking your dinner. I'm just taking a bite. I'm not even trying the condiments, or the side dishes. Condiments, I don't know if that's the right word. The side dishes. I'm just kind of taking a bite out of one of the pieces of your 7-course meal. And I'm saying something along the line, oh, your whole meal is shit, and you have no idea how to cook. I mean, you would feel weirded out, right? And that's basically the same thing. Someone comes into your video, only watches a fraction of that video, and just tells you, oh, you have no idea what you're talking about. Just think about that for a minute. And I know probably not a lot of people are watching this, but if some of you who like to criticize me for some weird reason, again, criticize me all you want, but be prepared and give me the chance to explain my position, and then at least give me the respect to listen to what I have to say. If you still disagree, tell it to me, tell it in a respectful way, and then we're golden. I mean, we don't need to fight, especially if it's a product review, if it's a bag review, if it's camera review. What the hell? There's so many more important things in life. The one comment that I'm going to call that comment out, not the person. That really rubbed me the wrong way was the one about mental health, where I'm like, and gaming, where I'm like, dude, if that doesn't apply to you, if you don't think gaming is hard, if you don't think if it's something that relaxes me and therefore is good for my mental health, and you call me out for being weak, maybe that's your opinion, but why? Why are you kind of is that the expression, shitting on my front lawn? I don't get it. Anyways, that is the reason why, for me personally, it was really good to kind of step away from social media by gaming, and then not utilizing my phone that much, by doing these vlogs, and kind of getting my mind on a video file, but yet not engaging that much in the comment section. Again, I appreciate all of you who are commenting, especially William and Gary. You are amazing. Thank you so much for all of your really good suggestions, contributions, and also support. Really appreciate that. All right, I would really like to know if you're a content creator, or if you, for some weird reason, sometimes you aren't even content creator. Sometimes people just post a video about something they bought, especially when it's something you bought, and they just want to make a review about what they just bought. They don't even want to make a YouTube channel. They just make a video about that thing that they really enjoyed buying. And I noticed, and still, sometimes people come to that video and say something along the line, oh, you're stupid because you didn't know how to use that. What the hell? What gives you the right? It's mind-blowing. Anyways, that was my little rant about that and how I kind of see social media right now. All right, if you want to see yesterday's video, check it out up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. Don't forget to hype and like, and obviously also comment. And maybe subscribe to his channel by clicking the button up here. That way we see each other tomorrow. Thank you very much.